Welcome back to First Issues. Previously on our insurance series, our insurance expert Mosadi Mkamusini was discussing home insurance as a cover that every homeowner should have, whether or not they have ongoing home loans with their financiers. She said having home insurance can guard against accidental damage, fires and damage resulting from natural disasters. She, however, said home insurance will not cover structural defects. On this segment, Mosadinkwe talks about the funeral cover. This is insurance that a lot of people take out to help with the funeral and burial costs once they themselves or their loved ones have passed on. We, however, asked Mosadinkwe to clarify how many people can be covered on one funeral policy plan and what that would mean for the premiums.
It depends on the policy that you have. Other policies can have up to 27 people. Yourself and your extended family. So that's a lot of people. And obviously, the more people you add, the higher the premium.
Can a person revise the number of people on the funeral policy at any one point of the life cycle of the policy? And maybe you could elaborate on what a life cycle is in terms of this instance.
It is important to always take stock of your financial policies or your financial status. So you need to sit back time and again and do an audit and say, do I still need this? You actually call it a needs analysis. Do I still need this, or do I need a better cover, or do I need a wider cover type of thing? So it is possible during the life cycle of the policy to change people. You can add people, you can drop people, because things change. Tomorrow you may be married to a man or a woman, and then the next day you're not. Therefore, why should you keep paying for their premium? So those are some of the things that can change, and it is also and kids can be born. Therefore, you need to add your newborn. So you can literally do all of those things. It's important to obviously remember that there are waiting periods attached to some of the changes that you need to do, such as adding another person. They'll be subject to a waiting period, such as increasing the sum assured. That new increase will be subject to a waiting period. So a life cycle of a policy, really, it is how long the policy is going to run. So there are policies that have got certain term. So you can say, depending also on your age, some policies will say you'll be covered up to a certain point. But more often than not, in the industry or in the market that you are in, when you take a life policy, as long as you pay, it will cover you until you die. So in the case of funeral cover, it will cover you until you die. So there isn't you can't say this funeral policy is just for 5 months,
Okay, so in the instance that the principal member, that's the person who's paying the premiums for this cover, dies, what happens to that policy?
Some policies now will give you the option, one of the beneficiaries. Some policies will give you the option of taking up cover and paying. Usually there's a certain window to say within 6 months you are able to take it up and run with it. And if nobody runs with it, then the cover will fall off. The policy will die, and the beneficiaries will have no cover.
There are some funeral policy covers that will have a cashback reward for the principal members. Perhaps you could explain what that is and how it works.
Cashback really, it works in 2 ways. Other insurers will literally add a little bit more premium so that it saves for you. So it's not necessarily that it is free. It is that it has been priced into the premium. So as you pay your premium, the other portion will be going towards your savings. And then after a certain period, usually it ranges between 3 years to 5 years, then you get that payback, cashback. Other policies will actually be free. So the insurers will be the ones who are subsidizing that premium for the saving. So it's important to understand that it's not really free. in some instances, it's not really free. You are paying just a little bit more so that after some time they give it back to you.
This program was brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?